From the White Oak Lanes in Silver Spring, Maryland, this is the Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joe Schweiger, and along with me this afternoon, to my right is Mike Geyer, the president of the DPBA. And on my left is Frank Appelstein, former director of the Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association and currently inducted as one of the first 7 men into the DPBA Hall of Fame. We had a field of 164 of the top duckpinners in the nation here this weekend. Starting on Friday, going through a 10-game qualifying round, the field was cut to 24. Our semi-final competition this evening has now brought our field down to 5, and let's meet them right now. Our 5th seed in the wild card position is a 3-time Pro Tour champion, current leader in the 1984 Bowler of the Year points system from Stratford, Connecticut, Swede Lavers. The number 4 seed from Edgemere, Maryland, Joe Holbrook. The number 3 seed from Attleboro, Massachusetts, a 3-time Pro Tour champion and the defending Professional Bowler of the Year, Peter Pierce. The number 2 seed, also from Edgemere, Maryland, is a 2-time Duckpin Pro Tour champion, John Crockleton. And in the top position on the ladder this afternoon, from Providence, Rhode Island, former Pro Tour champion Steve Ivorone. Lots of big scores this weekend. Steve Ivorone averaging 176 for his 5 games in the semifinals. We're going to see a lot of scores like that this afternoon. And we'll be back for the start of our competition right after this. Okay, we're ready for our first match. In the first match, it's Swede Lavers of Stratford, Connecticut versus Joe Holbrook of Edgemere, Maryland. While we were away on that break, Joe bowled his first frame, breaking 9, covering the single for a spare up in the first, and here's Swede Lavers in his first frame. And Swede starting off with a big square win, 3-time tour champion. Frank, I'd like to take this opportunity publicly to congratulate you on your recent induction into the DPBA Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Joe. It was a great honor to be there and with all the other members that were selected. Oh, we almost had a double.
I think we're looking at a future co-member of that elite group with you, Swede Lavers. Dropping 9, leaving the 8 pin, passing it by. And passing it the second time for 9 out and 28 in the second. Here's our first chance to take a look at Joe Holbrook, young man from Edgemere, Maryland. The only member of our final 5 this afternoon who does not have a Pro Tour victory to his credit. And covering the 7-pin nicely for a 1-pin lead through 2. Mike, pins are really moving today, aren't they?
We had some of our bowlers shoot their personal bests this weekend. We'll see some of the other bowlers later on the show with some of the scores they've shot have been their all-time high scores lifetime. Sure, I want to mention this is Joe Holbrook's very first time on the ladder. Been a member of our organization now for 2 years.
And a little heavy into the 1-2. Going after the 2, 4, 6, and 10. And 10 out. Drop 9 on his spare, 45 through 3. Mentioned in our opening, Swede Lavers, the current leader in the 1984 Professional Bowler of the Year point standings. Picked up his 3rd Pro Tour victory this year in the Wamisit Lanes in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Hitting that 3-pinner on the outside, splitting the pins around the 4, and covers for a 10. 38 through 3, 7-pin deficit.
Joe, Sweet shot a 10-game block of 1697 qualifying round. Sweet said that's the highest 10-game block in his lifetime, so I think that's evident in some of the scores we're going to see here today.
And it was only good enough to get him second in the qualifier, wasn't it?
Well, one of the spectators had said, looks like you're going to be top seed today, and Sweet's comment was, well, Peter hasn't bowled yet. And that's just what happened. 1697 wasn't high enough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what
nice
a shot. Tough shot on the 2-4-6. Brought the 6 back across into the 4 for a spare in the 4th frame. 7 pins down, and we'll be back with more of this game right after this. And here's Joe Holbrook, 4th frame. Joe's enjoying a 7-pin lead. Swede with a markup in the 4th. And nailing that 5-pin for a spare.
He's had 3 singles and hit all 3 of them, the 5, 7, and 10, right on the nose. He's really sharp.
Spoke to Joe earlier today. He said he'd be looking forward to the opportunity to bowl John Carlton in a match later on, but spoke about the difficulties in trying to get by 2 of the bigger horses in this event. Swede Lavers and Peter Pierce said he had going to have quite a time trying to get to John.
And the 4th spare in 5 frames for Joe Holbrook.
Covered that one perfectly, right exactly between the 1 and 2 pin.
Mike, I think Swede made a comment earlier about these young guys not showing me any respect.
Said he wasn't comfortable being on one of the lower seeds. He said no respect from any of these younger bowlers. Said it was ideal being on top. He says that way they couldn't take too many shots at him.
Well, he took down the 3 he was going after. I don't think that was the order he wanted to knock him down in. Looking to grab the 6 and 10 for a 10. And 9 in the 5th for Swede Lavers. He scored a 62. Now down by 11. Like these 2 fellows had a tough match in the first game this afternoon, didn't they? In the semifinal round?
Yes, Joe Holbrook opened up against Swede in the first match today, and Joe found himself 49 pins down after 4 frames, and had quite a nice comeback, finally defeating Swede 170 to 166.
And here's Swede seeking revenge, but Joe's making it tough on him. And a little late, but a little ray of sunshine through on that to drop 7, leaving the 4, 7, and 8.
He's covered in the spare shots perfectly, fitting the ball on that 3-pinner, which is very easy to take 2 off of, exactly right between the 4, 7, and 8.
Well, they tell me this is a game of spares, and that's what this first one's looking like, but I think we're going to be seeing that strike ball working later in our matches.
Oh, good work. Good work there. The big difference so far is that Joe has made every spare break he had, and Sweet unfortunately has missed 2 singles, and he did hit a 3-pinner that unfortunately didn't go, but that's 3 misses, no matter how you count it.
And 10 out in the 7th for Joe, enjoying a 24-pin lead, and we'll be back for the finish of this match right after this message. First game of competition, we're winding down. Sweet Lavers, Stratford, Connecticut in the 7th. Mike Sweet just doesn't look loose this afternoon.
Oh, he said that he's felt comfortable both yesterday and today, and really looking forward to an enjoyable up the ladder, but just doesn't seem that way today. In fact, Sweet had said that he's felt more comfortable this weekend. He tried bowling yesterday and this morning without his glasses, and seemed to feel more comfortable.
And there's a little ray of hope for Sweet. Head pin coming across the deck to kick out the 6, 9, and 10 for a strike in the 8th box. He's down by 25 pins. He's going to need a couple to go with it. Joe Holbrook of Edgemere, Maryland. Up in his 8th frame.
I asked Joe earlier if he felt as though this would be some kind of a David Goliath match, with Swede being the perennial bowler on our show, and Joe said he felt comfortable going into the day. Shot very consistently, both in the semifinal rounds and in the qualifying yesterday.
That 10 pin that Joe just missed in the 8th could loom as a very big pin at the end of this match. Sweet's got the capability of putting that strike ball in there for another frame or 2.
Joe, I think when you're up against a former #1 bowler in the nation, you just really can't give anything away.
And back onto his spare making. Sweet down 25 pins at this point in time. Knows what he's got to do right here. Bit too high, 6 pins on that strike. And takes down 9 for 104 through the 9th. Joe sitting with 114 through 8 with a spare up in the 9th. It's not going your way, it's not going your way. There's another shot, looked like it would have carried the 7 pin. Head pin went around it, he covers the 7 for a 10. And a 114 in the first game for Sweet Lavers. Finishing up, Joe Holbrook, winner of our first match, will be going on to face Peter Pierce of Attleboro, Massachusetts. And he's going to go out in style.
Joe works as a mechanic at the Edgemere Lanes. He said he really wanted an opportunity to get a Crunkle and wanted to go one up on the boss.
But will he have a job after that game?
I believe Mr. Pierce has his own feelings about what's going to happen in the next match.
And 9 out for a fine, 153. So the winner of our first match is Joe Holbrook, 153 to Swede Lavers, 114. And we'll be back to see Joe go on to meet Peter Pierce in our second match right after these messages.